Good morning, my stamping friends. Welcome. It is a partly cloudy, partly sunny, breezy day here in Middle Tennessee. It is Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025. My name is Maureen Rolfes, also known as the Crazy Stamping Lady. I have been an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for over 28 years, and I love what I do. I'm here to help you find the joy of card making, to give you tips and tricks to make that easier and more fun for you. And then hang on a second, guys. I got messed up something on my screen here, and I want to be sure I'm in the right place. Sorry about that. All right, I am. All is good. And then to encourage you to send out all of your beautiful creations to others to make their day. The goal is to eradicate loneliness one card at a time. The weather has taken a change here in Tennessee. We were so hot and dry and no rain for a couple weeks basically, and now we are into rain. Wow, rain, rain, rain. We have had over 5 inches of rain in the last 3 days, more to come today and for the next few days. So we are very thankful. We were in the midst of a little bit of a drought, and it's kind of nice to see things greening up again. Praying for no severe weather, because I know some parts of the country are having that, and it moves this way. So just praising God for the rain. Thankful, thankful. If you are watching, please be sure to give me a hello in the comments so I know you stopped by. And if you're watching later, let me know that you're here on the replay. Hi, Doris. I am glad you are here. Also, leave any other comments that you like. Every comment entered today through midnight tomorrow will count for a chance in my drawing to win the card we make today. So, yay to that. Congratulations to the winner of my last card, Margot Rantanen. You won that one. Hi, Penny. Glad you're here. And Margot, that is on its way to you. Thank you for watching and commenting. And just a reminder that if you can share my video to a crafty group, a crafty friend, to your home page, send me by email somewhere, anything like that that you do, if you're sharing me, let me know, and I will give you a bonus entry toward today's card. Okay, let's see. I think I'm going to take you down to the table so you'll get to see my current sunshine, although that will be changing, I understand, soon. And then I'm going to take you down to my table. This is me, Maureen Rolfes, the Crazy Stamping Lady. My blog is crazystampinglady.blogspot.com. My email is crazystampinglady@gmail.com. My Facebook is facebook.com/Crazy Stamping Lady. My YouTube is under my name, Maureen Rolfes, and you can shop with me at stampingwithmaureen.stampinup.net. And if you shop with me, realize that Stampin' Up! Does have a rewards program. So for every $20 in orders that you put in, every order that's at least $20, I should say, or more, you will automatically receive 10% back in rewards on future purchases. The rewards are redeemable for a year, and Stampin' Up! Holds them there. You can use them on your very next order, or you can save them up for that year and get something wonderful to surprise yourself, like the glass mat or the cut and emboss machine or something big that you would like. You get your account at stampingwithmaureen.stampinup.net, and when you do that, be sure you opt in for the rewards program. If you don't, we can't give you the rewards, so that's important. And also opt in to receive information from me, because if you don't, I can't send you thank yous. I can't get you a catalog. When catalog time comes, it doesn't allow me to do that through the Stampin' Up! System, and that is for your privacy and protection, but I would appreciate it if you opt in. I don't send out a ton of stuff. You will not be overwhelmed, I promise. All right, guys, no cards to share today, so we're going to move right along. This is a reminder that I have a free monthly virtual card class, and you can earn the kit for that by placing a qualifying order. In the month of September, if you order $50 worth or more online, in one order, you will get the 3-card packet. $75 order will get you a 3-card packet plus a bonus project. $100 order will get you the 3-card packet, a bonus project, and a half a pack of an embellishment. These are sent automatically when you qualify, 1 kit per person, so I will send it at the highest level that you qualified at. Any smaller order will receive a handmade card from me as a thank you, and all orders are entered into my monthly order prize drawing. The October class for these September kits will be mailed out to you by the beginning of September, by the beginning of October, and the class will be on Monday, October 13th, 2025, where you can craft along. That class is an open virtual class, so anyone can watch it and get the ideas and the measurements and make cards with the products they have on hand. But if you qualify with your orders, you'll get the kits to play along. Okay, World Card Making Day is coming up. World Card Making Day is every year on Saturday, the first Saturday of the month of October. So this year it is on October 4th. And Stampin' Up! Is putting on a presentation from 2 to 3 p.m. on Mountain Time on that day. And during the virtual event, we're going to be celebrating World Card Making. And then we're going to be actually putting together this kit here that you can order now and have to put it together. You'll need to do that pretty soon in order to have time to get it. In fact, right now you're getting pretty close. But even if you didn't have it by the time of World Card Making Day, you could put it together afterward. The World Card Making event is just to celebrate card making. So the kit you get is a little organizer, and it comes with 10 cards and envelopes that you can make to go with it. That ordering is now open. It's called Handmade and Heartfelt, and the order number is 166213. I think it's around $30. It is a great kit. So go ahead and order that and get that if you want to put it together with us. I've ordered mine. It's not here yet, but I do plan to put it together. And I may hold a class on it because I think it is just stinking adorable. But right now, what you can do is if you just want to join us on Saturday, October 4th, you can register at Stampin' Up! So go to stampinup.com, and then it'll come up with a banner that says register for World Card Making Day. Stampin' Up! Has said that everyone that registers to watch will get a small gift afterward. And I'm thinking it's going to be like a coupon code or something, but I could be wrong on that. That's just what they've done in the past. But if you don't register, you won't get that. So go ahead and register for World Card Making Day. I am really looking forward to it. And then, just announced, starting today, we have a Make This Season Bright 12 Days of Crafting Advent Calendar. It is only while supplies last, and purchasing open today. The number for it is 167335. The cost is $99 here in the United States, and we have been told that the value of the products included is greater than $99, which is super cool. But how fun. For 12 days, you will open 12 different windows and get 12 products. These are never before seen dies, paper, embellishments, and even more items you won't find in any of our catalogs or online stores. Fun. It's going to be fun. So you'll have 12 days. Tell your sweetie if it's something you want, and you can play for the 12 days before Christmas and open those as you're waiting for Christmas to come. Or you could do the first 12 days of December and make some fun products with it. Just a note that the products included, even though it's an Advent themed calendar with the products included inside are not all holiday. In fact, they're made to be used year round. So don't think you can only open these and then make Christmas projects with it. That's not what it's going to be. I'm excited about it. I hope to order one today. I haven't gone on and done it yet. I'm hoping they haven't sold out. So we will see. There's no limit on how many you can buy. So buy one for you, buy one for a friend, buy one for someone that you're trying to get into crafting. I will make a special note here though, that it does have dies. So if you do not have a cut and emboss machine of some sort, you're not going to be able to use those dies. So that's something to be aware of. They're all going to be tinier, so you can use them with our mini cut and emboss machine. So if you need to get one of those, that would be fantastic. But just a note on that before you purchase. Okay, out of the way. So today we are doing our sketch challenge number 30, September 25. And here it is. So I always do up a prototype with just scrap paper I have. So I have something visually to look at while I do my sketch challenges. This one's got a few pieces, but easy to cut pieces. So the measurements are on the back here, and I am going to give you these measurements in a pinned post at the top in the featured section of my page. I will do that sometime today, along with a copy of this. Now, the card we're making today is going to change up these measurements a bit, because you know when I do my sketch challenges, it's all about encouraging you to think about that sketch and then make it your own. It is not to be followed exactly. If you don't want to, you certainly can, but you can mix it up a little bit. And so usually for my samples, I do them pretty close to what the sketch is, but for today's sample, we're gonna mix it up just a little bit. So I'm just gonna keep this out here to the side for now, and then we will play with it a bit in a minute. For the sample, for sketch challenge number 30, and this sketch challenge is going to run from today through September 30th midnight, so through the end of the month here Central Time, you will have an opportunity to make your own card using this sketch and then post it up there in the featured post in the comments, and then I will draw for a prize winner on the 1st of next month. So for today's card, we are using some new online exclusive products from this year. They came out in July, and it is going to be the Spooky Halloween dies and stamp set, which is so cute. I love everything about it. This cute little kitty cat and doggy are all dressed up for Halloween. It has the broom, the magical broom for the witch, and the little pumpkin here that the little puppy could hold if you wanted it to. It has sparkles. It says Happy Halloween, spooky, don't worry, eat sweets, no tricks, all treats, and then these little bat images. So super cute stamp set. The dies that go with it are really fun too. It cuts out the different images that are in here, which is really nice. It actually has 2 of them to cut out the little pumpkins if you wanted to do a bunch of those. And then it has bats that are a little different, the same kind of shape as the ones here, but it doesn't cut these out. These are 2 larger black bats you can cut out. It has a little fence, the broom, it has a little haunted house, and then this cool little bat thing here. Now I cut it out so you could see what it does, because it's a little different, and I'm not quite sure how I'm going to use it yet, but I do plan to use it. When it cuts out flat like this, like a tag, and you could use it that way and just leave it and just pop up this little bat so he's kind of sticking up, or you can fold it on the little crease in the middle and have like this little tent type thing with a bat sticking up. I think it's adorable, but like I said, I haven't figured out exactly how I'm going to use it. So I do plan to play with it a little bit. My paid class for the month of October, for both online and in person, is going to be using these products, and I will be advertising all of it really soon. But that is going to be my paid class, so be aware of that, and it is going to be fun. And it's going to be earlier in the month, by the 2nd week, because Halloween's going to be there, and I want you to have time to make these and get them out. So you will have all of your products before your class, hopefully. On the class date, you can put them together and mail them out and still have time. So like I said, it's going to be a little earlier in the month than usual so that you have them, and watch for that information coming. But super cute. I love this little bat on here. You could also cut him off and use him if you wanted to. We're not using him today, but I had to see how he worked, so I wanted to show you that. I'm going to tuck him back in here and hang on to him. So we're using these products as well as the Shimmer Star foam stickers. Now these are super cute too. They come in white, petunia pop, and black, and they're all shimmery and sparkly, and they're made out of foam. They're really squishy, so they'll have no problem going through the mail whatsoever. They don't really add any weight to your card. I think this is so fun. So we're going to be using these today also. So let me set these aside for a minute. So the card we're making also uses a designer series paper I haven't shown you yet. So it is the Spooky Sweet Specialty Designer Series paper. And I'm going to show you the pages of that. So it's page 1, Page 2 is all these different little tag pieces you can cut out. Page 3 with the spooky windows. Page 4 with all the candy. Page 5 with different scenery images that you could put on card fronts. And then the 6th one in here. So you get 12 pages, 2 of each design. The 6th one is punch outs. So it is hippos and these little dancing birds and these little fairy bears and then all this fun Halloween stuff. I'm not playing with this sheet today, but I will, I tell you, because I think it is so cute. What a cute idea. All of these are adorable. They would be great for scrapbooking, but they're just as fun for card making, guys. You don't have to do much of anything. You just build them up on your card and you're ready to go. So this is the paper we're using today. Let me turn these over. So now obviously the punch outs are white on the back. They're just punch outs. So I'm not going to flip that one over for you. But I'm going to take these other 5, flip them over so you can see the backs. The backs are all more neutral Halloween colors. So orange and gray and black and the petunia pop. So you could use these year round. They're very neutral, sketchy patterns, but they will be great also for layers on your Halloween card. So this is what we're using today. This paper with that stamp set, with those dies, and with those sparkly stars. So let me, my stuff is falling here, guys. Give me just a second. There, I got it. So for our kit, like I said, I'm switching my design up a little bit this time. We have a basic white envelope. We have a piece of basic black cardstock that's going to be my base. This is an A2 base, 8.5, 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have a layer of that cute little candy, all of that I'm going to place onto my card base. So this is the first way I'm switching this up, is I'm turning my card base horizontal rather than vertical. So we're going to go this way. So let me place this on to my card. And I do have the recipe for all the measurements I'm using because I switched up some of my measurements from the sketch. And I will put those out at the end and also post them in the comments of this video. But then in my featured post, I will post the measurements if you made it just like the sketch was. So you'll have both of those measurements to work with if you want to. Okay, so there is that layer. The next thing I want to do is add these 3 strips that I have on here. But instead of having them wide like this, because I didn't want to cover up all of this beautiful paper, I went with 3 strips that are only a 1/2 inch wide. So rather than these, which were, let me see, I think these were 1 inch, 1 inch. Yeah, these are 1 inch on here. I just cut them down and did 3 1/2 inch ones. And we're going to add these to the front of our card. So like I told you, I'm mixing this one up just a little bit, which is what I want you to do. Put your own creative twists on these, guys. And for mine, I'm going to lay this first one right about here, right across, as straight as I can get it. So for my design here, I am also not spacing them out across the card. So you can see here evenly, those 3 strips are across on my diagram. I'm taking them and moving them closer together, again, so more of that beautiful paper shows. Now you can see the strips that I cut out here are actually the flip side of that candy piece. So, and they just have little orange kind of sketchiness onto a black and gray background. And I am going to try to line this up as straight as I can. So I'm putting these relatively close together, but I am going to use all 3 strips. So the third one's going to go right here. So I am following that part of the diagram. Sticky stuff, sticky stuff. Are you guys, do you all send Halloween cards out? I know I send a few every single year to my grandkids and to a few of my relatives. I love Halloween cards. I think they're so cute and so fun, so I have to do some every single year. My friend Frances, I think, just said she sent out 40 some of them, so that is unbelievable. That is awesome, Frances. Okay, So there are my strips. So that is the 3 layers going across. So this layer right here is the candy. These are the 3 strips going across. Now I also have a piece for the inside of my card. And this is 3.5 by 5, which is the new way I am cutting my cardstock down for my insides on a dark card base. It is a little bit smaller than the 4" by 5 1/4, but I like it. It is still plenty big to write on. It gives you a little more border on 2 sides and a little less on the other, but you can see more of your background color. So we're going to use this for the inside of our card, and I'm just going to stamp my sentiment in there. And for this card, I'm going to use Happy Halloween for the inside, and I am using Lemon Lime Twist for my ink. Okay, so if you look at the paper, it has Granny Apple Green in there, and I have Granny Apple Green, but my pad is a little dry, and Lemon Lime Twist coordinates perfectly with it, so we're going to be using Lemon Lime Twist. So you don't always have to use the same exact color, guys. You can mix that up a little bit. We're going to put the Happy Halloween up in this corner right here and give it a firm pressure. So there is Happy Halloween. I love that color on there. I think it is super cute. And then I have a little strip of that same Designer Series paper with the candy on that I'm going to put over here to the side. Just again to have some fun on the inside of your card. Bring the design of the outside of your card into the inside. And I love doing that. So I think it's just about perfect. Look at that. And let's put this on the inside of our card. Just like that. And some of my grandkids are getting older in their 20s, but I still like to send them a Halloween card if I can. I hope they appreciate it. I think they do. Okay, so there is the inside of our card, guys. The outside so far, the inside, using this sketch. So the next thing we're going to do is put our 2 vertical strips on here. So for those, I just have 2 basic black pieces that are 1/2 inch by 4 inches. And we're going to just add them, and I'm adding them about 1 inch over, so that about 1 inch or maybe 1 1/4 inches of that Designer Series paper shows right here. You can place it where you want depending on your other layers. Do you hear the sirens? There goes the fire trucks and ambulance. They go right past our house several times a day. And so we get to hear that lovely sound. It used to drive me crazy, but now when I hear it, I just try to stop and say a little prayer for whoever might be affected by that, because I know someone's day has just gotten worse. So, okay, let's place that one on there. Give it a nice firm pressure. So these I put pretty close together. Again, I'm trying not to cover up too much of this beautiful paper in the background, but still staying pretty true to the sketch itself. So the next difference in the sketch is, on the sketch here, I cut out squares to make my sketch. For my card, I cut out one of the little tags from that tag page. So on the back, this just has gray paper, which is great for layering too. But we're going to use this right here as that square image, per se. Okay. And I'm not going to put another layer of color with it. Instead, I'm going to pop up a design on it. Again, this is just, I ran out of seal, so I'm going to grab another one here that I have. This is just a jumping off point. These sketches are just to get your creativity flowing, so please make them your own. I love to see when someone really mixes it up, but use this as their jumping off point. So I'm putting this on here. I'm trying to center it pretty closely, side to side on these 2 strips and top to bottom on them. So that's going to become where our focal point for this card goes. So you can see it's still the same layout. For our focal point, I stamped that cute little puppy dog. He's a Frankenstein for Halloween. So we're going to color him using some fun Halloween colors. And I'm just coloring. I'm not really shading this time with blends because he's kind of a cartoonish character, and when I see those, I feel like they don't need to be made realistic. So we're just going to use some of our colors here and color him. I'm going to use the dark Granny Apple Green because he is Frankenstein, and Frankenstein was green, and we're just going to do his ears here. And I'm going to do his other ear. And you know I love coloring, so this is fun for me. Even when I don't have to shade, when I'm just coloring, it is very therapeutic for me. And then I'm going to, I was going to do his little hands too. Let's do his little hands and arms here with the green. So this is dark Granny Apple, but it coordinates, like I said, so beautifully with the lemon lime twist that using that on there, I think is going to be just fine on this card. Okay, there his little paws are green too. Then I'm going to take the light Granny Apple green and color his face. And I wanted to use the light here just so that his little features show better. Now his eyes are closed, so I don't have to worry about going around them in any way. We're just going to color his little face in here. And I love that. This is just a cute way to bring your little furry friends into these designs. I think it's just adorable using the puppy dog and the kitty on here. So that is fun. Another fun thing. Let's get this. Let's get this. And again, like I said, I'm not going to be doing any shading on here. I'm just coloring him in green. Looks like his eye is a little bit lighter. I don't need that to be a little bit lighter. Okay. Okay, so there is his little face. Let's color in this chest area here and the other little dot on the side of his neck. Yeah, I think that's all I'm going to do with that right now. And then I'm going to come in with, let's do dark pumpkin pie. Oh, not that end of dark pumpkin pie. This one. I'm going to come in and we're going to color his little costume here. And the way I picked my colors is they are the coordinating colors with what is in this designer series paper. They're very great for Halloween. Orange, black, green, purple, all fantastic Halloween colors. So it was pretty easy to figure out what I was going to color them with. Go up and down these little zigzags here on his little torn costume. I remember the days of making costumes for my kids. I loved it. It was so much fun. Those days are gone, but I get to see my grandkids now, so it's great too. But, okay, so let's get him all colored in with orange. So there's his little shirt all colored in. And then what do I want to do? You know what? I think I'm going to do the stripes on his socks with orange too. Not sure if I'm going to do the other stripe orange or another color. So let's wait and hang on that one. And then I'm going to use my light Petunia Pop and come in and color his pants. Now, whichever way you colored him, you can't go wrong. He's going to be adorable. But I just, like I said, I liked pulling these colors from the designer series paper so that it pulls it all together. Okay, so there his little pants are. And let's do the lollipop with the dark Petunia Pop. Like that. And let's see if there's anything else I want to do. I think what I'm going to do is come back in with my dark Granny Apple green. If I can pull the lid off. Sometimes the lids get kind of tight, which is good because these are alcohol markers and you do not want them to dry out. And I'm just going to go over those little bullet points, as little screws on his neck here, and make them dark also. And then come in and do that last little strip on his socks with the dark. All right, there is our cute little Frankenstein puppy dog. What do you think? Should that little mark be green on his head? Maybe. I think it's just supposed to be like a light where the light's hitting it, but he's green. So let's keep in the green theme and we'll just make that green. Okay, guys, that is our puppy dog. I'm going to move this stuff out of the way. We're going to die cut him. So I'm going to take my little mini cut and emboss machine and grab my dies that I set over here to the side. Hang on with me, bear with me, bear with me, bear with me. And we're going to grab out the little die that cuts out the puppy dog. I've had so much fun playing with this already. I think it is so cute. Like I said, every year I have to make some Halloween cards. I love the colors of it. I love the colors we're using. They just make me happy. So when this set came out, I had to grab it. I think it's going to be really fun to play with. And I'll be designing the cards for the class today. So yay. Okay, I'm going to place that on there and take a piece of washi that I have close by, if I can grab it. And we're just going to put some washi tape on there to hold it in place because it is right around his body and I don't want that to shift. Put the layer on top. We're going to run it right through. And then let me grab him off of there and get rid of the mini cut and emboss machine. Let's see how adorable he is, all cut out. Pull off my washi. Okay, guys, there he is. Look how cute. How cute, how cute, how cute. So we're going to take him and we're going to pop him up on some dimensionals right in the middle of that layer. So I'm going to grab some dimensionals here. Hold him up on there. And just place him in the middle. So he has now become the second layer of this sketch. Now you could layer this on another color. Again, the reason I did not is I didn't want to take away from all this background paper. But if you were just doing cardstock in the background or something, then that would be great. I have a couple other samples to show you, so stick with me till the end. A couple of them that use this diagram pretty darn close to what it was originally set out for. So stick with me if you want to see that. So there's our little Frankie dog. He is on there. And then I'm going to stamp a sentiment onto this little piece of basic white here. I'm going to use my lemon lime twist one more time. And we are going to stamp no tricks, all treats. So let me ink that up really good. And stick this down onto here. There you go. No tricks, all treats. So much fun. I like all the cutesy stuff of Halloween. I don't like the scary stuff. So sets like this are right up my alley. And then I'm going to cut this apart. I'm just going to use my snips and hopefully I can do it pretty straight. You could use a paper cutter if you had it, or your mini paper cutter if you have one of those little ones. Okay. So this is going to go on here, and then I'm going to trim down some of this excess on the no tricks section too with my snips. Just trying to get it as straight as I can without fretting too much about it. No one is really going to care if it's perfect. Okay, and then we're going to add these sentiments here onto our card. So I'm just going to take some seal on the back of my no tricks. And we're going to add this kind of at an angle right here. And then some seal on the back of our, what is it, all treats or just treats? Now I can't remember. All treats, no tricks, all treats. And you know what? I kind of tucked that. I didn't have glue right to the end of that, so I'm going to kind of tuck this in there. I kind of like that look of it. If I had glued it down, I could have just moved it down a little bit. So there is our no tricks, all treats, kind of wonky. But it just gives you that kind of same feeling of all this candy floating around in the background, or at least that's what I thought. And then let's add some of our gorgeous sparkly stars to this for our embellishments. I am going to use, I think on here I'm going to use these purpley ones because I think they will stand out beautifully. We'll come and we'll put one large one down here. And there's 3 different sizes, so 2 rows of the large, medium, and small. I'm going to put maybe a small one down here, like that, and a medium one here onto the bottom of our sentiment. And then I'm going to add 5 of them to this one. So I'm going to take one more large. And they are squishy, guys. They are squishy little foam stars. They're so much fun. I love these. I'm so glad we came out with something with the foam like this. It works great for this, for sure. So we'll put that. Is that a little too down on it? Let's see if I can move him up. Just a little bit. I'm going to move him up just so he's not covering quite so much of that sentiment. Okay, we'll put him here. And then how about one more tiny one? Now I know I always say kind of place your embellishments in triangles. And we do have triangles here, guys. This forms a triangle. This forms a triangle. When you're placing 3, you want that visually. But I did 5 because I wanted a little more of them scattered all over this card, just like that. So let me show you this with this so you can see this is basically the sketch challenge. All of the pieces are basically there. The background is black. The next layer is my DSP. My stripes are going across. They're just narrower and close together. My stripes up and down are right here. I have my first layer and my second layer, and then I added embellishments. Love it, love it, love it. So when I was doing my prototype for this, I did the same exact thing, but let me grab it. I used the kitty cat image. So here's that one. And I used the other sentiment that says, don't worry, eat sweets, which I think is adorable too. So these are 2 ideas on how you could make your Halloween cards. I did decorate the envelope with Happy Halloween. So on this one, I will do the same. I will stamp the Happy Halloween in green on your envelopes if you win this card, because this is the one I am giving away today. And then let me show you a couple other designs I made using the diagram as it stood like this. So here's my first one. It is a happy birthday card, and I made it floral. Look at that. Isn't that cute? It uses designer series paper from a retired set to market, but any floral would really work. And I always need birthday cards. I use little butterflies on here for my embellishment, but you can see this is really the same card. On here, I use designer series paper for my background layer and these strips, and then cardstock for my other layers. Now let me show you another one I did. This is my last one, and that one is right here. So again, this is the same layout, and this uses paper from the Last Chance list. This is our Mediterranean Blooms designer series paper, which is on Last Chance, discounted a little bit, I think, right now. So grab that if you love it. Anyway, I did the same thing as this one, but I switched it up. So on here, my designer series paper was my background layer and my strips. On here, my designer series paper are those 3 going across. So basically the same card, just a different focal point. I love them both. I was really happy with them. And then today's card that I am giving away, so all of your comments will be entered for a chance to win, is this one right here. So stinking cute. Okay, let me bring my recipe sheet back out. If you want to take a picture, I will also post this in the comments. So this is my recipe for this exact card. And then remember, I will be posting this sketch up in the featured section, and you have till September 30th to make a card with this sketch loosely and post it there for a chance to win a prize. Thank you for being with me today. I hope you liked this card. I thought it was super fun. Don't forget to leave your comments. Every comment enters you into the drawing to win this card. And finally, I would love to have your business. If you're looking for Stampin' Up! Products, if you have questions, anything at all, feel free to contact me. I'm here to answer your creative questions, to be your creative coach. So you can reach me either here in the comments or through Messenger or by email at crazystampinglady@gmail.com. I do plan at this point to be back Friday. I'm having a bit of a rough week, but it is in my schedule. I do plan to be back here with some more creativity, same time, same place. So I hope I see you then. Take care and have an amazing day, everybody. Bye-bye.